Well, hello there, beautiful, amazing, radiant tribe. It's Karina, and I'm going to make a quick video just to share a few thoughts with you that I think could help you have just an amazing day today. Before I dive in, there's just 3 little things I want to share. Just taking a deep breath in, feeling into your body, and I encourage you to stay connected to your body, to be embodied. Like, what does it feel like to be in your body right now? How does it feel to soften your belly and be with your breath? As you just listen to these words and receive and trust that you'll receive whatever it is that you're needing to receive today. And if you're coming on here live, hey, Amber, I'm going to see you maybe in a few minutes. Are you coming to meditation? I'm in my car right now, about to walk up to the office. So I wanted to talk about really feelings, because essentially something that I realized when I was little, I had this epiphany when I was 5, that all we ever do, or anyone ever does anything, and this is true for you too, check it out, is to feel good. Everything we do is motivated. Our actions are motivated by what we think or perceive will help us feel good. I'd see my mom like, hey, Tamara. Aw, good to see you here. Is it Tamara or Tamara? Let me know. I was sitting Rika's Pizza with my mom, and my sister and my aunt, I think, and they were drinking, their wine and having pizza. And I was like, why are they drinking wine? Like, what's up with that? And I realized, I'm like, oh, it's because it helps them feel good. That's why anyone does anything, is so that they can be happy. Now, the ways we go about generating that feel good, and notice the word generate, generating that feel good, that's everything. So when we anchor into and we start to live our lives from a place of what feels good and what deeply feels good, then things start to change. And I want you to sense into this for yourself today. Like, what if you could move through your day from an orientation of prioritizing your well-being, your peace, your vibrance, your freedom, your joy, right? Rather than seeking it externally, sensing that there's a way in which we generate it within. So understanding that our feelings are not based on circumstances or conditions, though if shit happens that we don't like, we'll feel bad about it, maybe. But often it's not the thing outside of us that's causing what we feel. It's how we're perceiving what's happening. So it's the story I tell myself about what's happening. I was talking to a client over the weekend, and she was saying, she was concerned because a client had suggested that she have something, she was expecting something from her. And she's like, I'm looking forward to reviewing this, this plan, our strategic plan. And she got scared and she felt like not good enough because she hadn't developed the strategic plan yet. And so the story she was telling herself was something like, in order for me to be okay or to be good at what I do, I should already know and anticipate, and I should have already done this. I should have already had this plan made. And then, we looked at that, and I'm like, what if we sensed instead what a blessing it is that she actually told you what she wanted before you get into the meeting? So now you have this opportunity to create something amazing that, if she hadn't told you ahead of time, you would have sat there and felt, right? Like she would have figured it out. But, life is always serving us. It's always serving us. Even the crap that happens, and you don't have to like it, but how we think about what is happening in our life determines how we feel about it. And if we start to look at life as being everything today, looking at everything today as something that's here to serve us, and asking the question, how is this serving me? Even if it's hard, asking, how is this serving me? you will see a different perspective than the kind of default thinking that we have when problems happen in our life when we think it's wrong or bad. No one ever said life was going to be easy, right? And no one ever said that life was supposed to be comfortable all the time. The fact that we expect it to be and we guard ourselves against problems so that we can control everything so that we feel good isn't the way in. The way in is to be open, unguarded, and start to see how what seems like a problem in your life is actually serving you. And I promise you'll get an answer. You'll see it if you ask the question, how is this serving me? This is part of generating, relating to life in a way that feels like opportunity, that feels like possibility, that feels like expansion. So rather than trying to have life feel good by controlling all of the externals so that everything happens the way that I think it should so I feel okay, instead sense that however life is arising and whatever you're noticing is here to serve you, even if it's hard. And so this simple thing, how is life serving me? How is this serving me? Just this simple question can be a really big game changer for us. And I invite you into that today. How is this serving me? And then generating the feelings that you want to feel rather than waiting for life to be the way you want it to be so you feel good. It doesn't work like that. I choose to be joyful. I choose to be powerful. I choose to be connected. Now, if I'm feeling sad, that's not in the way of those feelings that I want to generate. If I think that my emotions that come and go, like sadness, anger, frustration, all of those things are supposed to be happening or they wouldn't be happening. They're not in the way, they're actually the way. So how can I relate to my own inner emotions and experience with a sense of how is this serving me? What is this trying to tell me? What is this trying to teach me? Our emotions are simply beacons. They're messages from our internal experience, from our soul, from our hearts, right? And if I'm feeling sad, it's not wrong. There might just be something there that I need to tend to. So I can do some inquiry into that. I can take care of it. I can let it be so that I can let it go. And then I can let in what it is that I'm wanting to create. So the three things I wanted to leave you with are the three things I just mentioned. Let be, let go, let in. Stop guarding your heart and your mind against the world and against the people in your life as if they're, we can really drop the defenses and realize that the path to the happiness, the deep happiness that we seek is in looking at life and asking the question, how is this serving me? Everything in your life is here to serve you. If you start to look at it that way, something starts to open up in your heart and mind. Relax. Sense, how can I enjoy this moment? Whatever it is that I'm doing, even if it seems, or at least if I was viewing it as a pain in my ass, right? Like if you're viewing something like, oh, this is going to be so hard, then guess what? It's going to be fucking hard. It just will be, right? But if you look at it from this place of how can I enjoy this? And how is this serving me? It's just a way of opening up the heart and the mind in a different way so that no longer are we closed off and guarded against life, which feels terrible. But we're opening up our capacity to touch into the well of deep joy and peace and well-being that are within. Let be, let go, let in. Let me see. Tammy. Okay, Tammy. That polarity must coexist. Yes, that's right. Our self-stories we tell ourselves are not always the case. We are perfect. Exactly. Question your stories. Question your stories and pivot. You can always tell a better feeling story. I hope this serves you. Let me know what served you about this message. And I'm sending you so much love and many blessings. Please do share this message with someone who you think really needs to hear it. Namaste.